Tracking the pulse of the road and the future of flight. From viral trends to policy shifts, we cut through the traffic to bring you the stories that drive us. Your fast track guide to everything on the move starts right now. From the Billionaire News Channel studio to Mellow 947 BFM, sitting in for Paulo Del Rosario, I'm G. Barroga. And this is Shift Happens. We begin the program with the latest in mobility. The Department of Transportation has offered free rides to passengers using the MRT-3 on Wednesday, beginning at 12 noon as the train line encountered a technical issue around 5:30 in the morning between Buendia and Guadalupe stations. Train operations were limited from North Avenue to Shaw Boulevard stations. Southbound to northbound passengers had to look for alternative modes of transportation during the morning rush. The MRT-3 resumed normal operations after an hour. Transport Secretary Banoy Lopez has directed MRT-3 General Manager Michael Capati and the maintenance contractor Sumitomo Corporation to provide a detailed explanation on the service interruption. On our seas, seafarers could soon have a lifeline in their pocket as the Philippines has pitched a new mobile app designed to keep crews connected to help even in the most dangerous waters, flagging security threats, sending government support, and opening a line to emergency responders. The Maritime Industry Authority or Marina presented the proposal backed by the EU Primario at the high-level meeting of the 4th Steering Committee of the Indo-Pacific Regional Information Sharing Platform in Mombasa, Kenya. According to Marina Enforcement Service Director Luisito de los Santos, the app would put navigational warnings, security bulletins, and welfare information. It would also link seafarers with government authorities, letting them receive critical updates and report emergencies while at sea. And today, I will not be alone. Joining me is the motoring editor of Business World and the man behind Cap, Maceda, Aguila. Hi, Sir Cap.
Hi, G. Good
Meron daw
afternoon.
kayong, sabi mo meron kayong ganito ni Paolo.
Oo, yeah, that's our bro. Ikaw, sis.
Sis,
Okay.
bro sis code. Pero wala siya today.
Oo nga. Hi, Paolo.
Hindi
We'll try
na
to
tayo.
hold the fort for you. And I'm sure G is up to the task.
No. Hola, Paolo. Secolo etas haciendo genial.
Aba,
I hope I said that right.
Ano yung sinabi mo? Hindi ko nga alam
I know you're
sinabi
doing
mo.
great.
Okay. Same
Pero
here.
Sir Cap, kumain ka na ba?
Ay, oo. Pero
Place at the table, in a restaurant, or in the comfort of home. But for others, food can be something you chase. Food lang.
Food.
Something that takes you on the road, through streets, communities, and new destinations. As riding culture continues to grow in the Philippines, it is not only about the journey or the destination, but also about the experiences that come with it. From discovering hidden food spots to building connections through shared meals, a new kind of experience is emerging that blends mobility, adventure, and cuisine.
at the heart of this idea is that riding can be more than transport. It can be a way to explore culture, support local food communities, and create meaningful moments along the way. This concept opens a new perspective on how people experience both food and travel, turning every stop into a story and every ride into a shared experience rooted in community and discovery. Now, to help us learn more about Salo Ride and Dine, its concept, the story behind its creation, and how it integrates food and mobility to offer a unique riding and dining experience, we are joined today by Ria Garcia, CEO of Salo Ride and Dine, chef, entrepreneur, brand ambassador of Vogue Global Philippines, Neri Motorsports rider, and brand ambassador and a passionate travel enthusiast. Nakuha mo na yata
Ang
lahat,
dami.
Ria, lahat na yata. So,
welcome, Ria. Thank you
thanks for having me.
Yeah. So let's talk about Salo. Of course, this is somehow a new concept for a lot of motorcycle enthusiasts and food enthusiasts also. Yan si Sir Cap, alam ko, foodie yan and coffee lover. But let's talk about Salo. How did it also, where did the inspiration come from?
Yeah, I was actually inspired by my recent travels in Vietnam. I traveled last October, and one of the travelers told me to try the food tour in Ho Chi Minh kasi nalaman niya na doon ako punta. And when I went there, it really shifted my brain chemistry because I love traveling. I've been to different parts of the world. I've been to Europe, US, and other places, but nothing could compare to the experience that I had there. Kasi, I mean, I love food. I'm a chef. And I think it gives you a different experience if you're riding a motorcycle, tapos you discover food that you would never think of trying. So, ayun, when I got back, it didn't leave my mind. So, tuloy-tuloy na from from October, tapos nag-feasibility study na ako. I flew to Thailand to try a different food tour. It's called a chef's tour. So, the way I am, I'm very analytical. So, I try to create something that I actually like. So, I've been into motorcycles lately. I love traveling. I love food. So, I created something that I all love.
I was actually about to ask, pero sabi mo kasi you've been into motorcycle lately.
Yeah.
Tatanungin ko sana anong nauna, yung love for food or love for motorcycle. But nasagot mo na. So how, yung integration na lang
Yeah.
ng dalawa?
Yeah. So, integration ng dalawa. I think as a chef, I love stories. Gusto ko yung may art, not just with how food tastes like, how food looks like. So, with Salo, yung art is actually the storytelling. We're ultimately focused on the guest experience. We want people to feel an authentic, raw experience through food. And as you move through different stops, it's not just parang punta ka doon tapos kakain. It's really about you understanding more about the place and the food that you're trying out. So, yeah.
Now tell us more about the concept. Nakita namin dun sa social media. It's basically, so people can sign up for it,
Yeah.
and then you have different packages. And then as a participant, I would be able to ride, right?
Yeah.
As a passenger in one of the motorcycles with, of course, with the rider.
Yeah.
And there's also an option where if I'm a rider myself, then I can also join, right? But can you tell us about how you curated the restaurants or the destinations? I know that you guys have started with Makati muna, right? You're from Makati, so I
Yeah.
guess that's a default, kumbaga default
Starting
setting.
point.
Yeah, starting
Dahil
point.
nag-race na rin siya.
Yes. So how did you curate the mix of establishments? Kasi you have your restaurants, your traditional restaurants, and then you have your street side eateries that also have a history. How did you do? How
Yeah.
did you cobble them together?
Yeah, thanks for asking that question. Every route is very intentional. I have two packages right now. One is called Signature Tour, and then the other one is called Street Classics. The Signature Tour, yung story arc nun, is I wanted to create something that really showcased different types of establishments so that travelers, local and international, are able to see traditional and modern Filipino cuisine and really showcasing Filipino chef creativity. So doon sa Signature Tour, meron siyang casual dining, local eatery, ihaw-ihaw culture, and at the same time, we end with an upscale casual dining para makita nila yung galing ng Pinoy, right? For the Street Classics, the story arc there naman is humble beginnings. So it really focuses on, those local bakery na matagal na pala in Makati, and of course, local eatery and ihaw-ihaw culture then, and we end in a restaurant that started from humble beginnings na naging big institution na sila from, pure determination and hard work. So, ayun si Salo. So, as you mentioned, you can actually ride as a passenger as well. Kasi hindi naman lahat nagmamotor. What Salo brings is really access to these places. And, syempre, meron din tayong guest na may motor. So, we wanted to bring in those people who wants to try Salo, not just yung kung marunong ka magmotor or hindi ka marunong magmotor. And I think one of the coolest thing that we offer is also a big bike upgrade. So what I learned is that meron palang mga tao na very interested to ride the big bike. So ayun, we offer that to them as well.
Okay. Well, good to know na pwede rin tayo sumali
Pwede,
kahit di tayo
hindi tayo
nagmamotor.
nagbabike. Yeah, nagmamotor.
Yes.
But of course, let's face it, Ria, one of siguro main issues lalo na ng mga hindi nagmamotor, yung safety.
Yeah.
So how do you ensure safety for all the passengers when they join
Salo, yeah. So For me, more than the business itself and like the experience and the food, actually safety is our utmost priority. We have partnered with Ride Academy. For me, they are one of the top training centers here in the Philippines. So we filter out our riders. We have them go through skills assessment. We have trainings in place. Every tour has a safety briefing. Every route is, checked para kung okay, kung safe ba, kung masastuck ba sila in traffic for a long time. So everything is really pinag-isipan siya. Hindi siya yung parang, okay, punta tayo doon sa next stop, tas ito na siya. Kasi for me, everyone that does Salo is parang more than anything, more than your time, you're giving me your trust. And I want to take care of that trust through, all these things that we have done to make sure that it's a well-curated experience.
How long does a typical experience last? Like, buong araw ba kayong kumakain?
Yeah.
Kasi ending no,
Gaano
empacho
kadaming restaurants?
Yes, yun. Like, how early do you start or how late? And how, like, should one reserve the whole day or half a day?
Yeah, so actually it's an almost half a day tour. So it would last approximately for 4 hours. Of course, part of the culture is immersing yourself in Manila traffic. So hindi ko masabi na okay, 4 hours tapos na tayo, right? So it would range from 3.5 hours to 4 hours.
What time do you usually start?
We start at 4 p.m. So medyo you would see the sunset in Makati, may ganyan siyang arte.
Wow. Okay. So the first meal would be merienda or dinner na?
Depende dun sa tour. So yung sa signature tour, yung starting namin is, ayoko i-spoil pero
Kain muna?
Para daw i-try natin.
Sabi, gusto na natin talaga kumain.
Actually.
but it would range from 8 to 12 different dishes.
Wow.
Pero salo-salo
Okay.
siya. So hindi naman parang full meal na
Yes, yes,
kakainin
yes.
mo.
Pero in one group, ilan kayong magsasalo-salo?
Usual, the typical
Yeah.
number.
The typical average, we would get 4 to 6. But a tour can run ng kahit isa lang and maximum would be 12.
Pagka hinahanap mo yung sarili mo, Sir Erwin.
Team building tayo doon. Kasama natin silang lahat doon. No?
Sige, game.
Sagot ni G.
Ay, ako pala sa sagot. Pero, yeah, Ria, you started Salo just last January lang. So,
Yeah.
of course, lahat naman nag-start sa mga challenges. Meron at meron. So, right now, like halfway into the year, kamusta na siya ngayon? And of course, what's the initial reception ng mga nag-join na sa tour?
At sinong usual participants?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes, we started ng January and right now, actually, it's been doing well. I honestly was expecting no bookings for the next 6 months. That's what I was expecting.
So, full na?
Pero nung nag-soft launch kami ng Feb, tapos yung March, ang dami nang nag-book nung sa March.
So that's every weekend, right?
Yes, every weekend siya.
Okay.
And yung start nung official launch namin, we would get a combination of local and international travelers. Lately, mostly international travelers. So actually, we created this to hopefully help to boost tourism because
Yeah.
I've seen how this was effective in other countries. So I wanted to create something for people to go here in the Philippines, and yeah, hopefully that's what we're able to create with Salo.
Now, what's the feedback like? You mentioned majority are foreigners. Now, what's the
Foreign,
feedback like, especially I've seen the videos kanina. You have some street food that may be a little too exotic, if
for
even
foreigners.
for
Yeah.
locals.
Yeah.
Kumusta ang reception?
Yeah.
Paano ang feedback nila sa inyo in terms of the offerings that you curated for them?
Yeah, they love it. Yung sa street food, actually, meron akong surprise sa kanila doon na I want them to choose the most exotic skewer. May ganyan akong bakana doon.
Oh.
But some would be down for it, some would be a little...
Squeamish.
Oo. But yung barbecues natin, I've made them try our barbecues, our
Isaw.
balot, our isaw.
Betamax, mga ganun, no?
Babula-bulahin ko lang sila itatry naman.
Okay. Very easy to convince them.
Yeah, but they love it actually. Yung sa signature tour na na-try nila, I was actually expecting them to like the restaurant food more because I don't know how they will react with, with our food. But surprisingly, they love the local eatery. They love our sinigang na pisngi ng baboy. And they would even ask me to list down the food that they've eaten so that when they come back, babalikan nila.
Yeah.
Speaking of, squeeze in ko lang, pag yung sa mga restaurants that you go to, do you pre-select for them? Kasi of course, you would know what are
Yes.
their best sellers, right?
Yes. The food that I make them try is the food that I actually like. So, I did my feasibility study for like 2 to 3 weeks. Kain lang ako ng kain with my motorcycle.
Tama naman kami
Alone?
minsan ni G.
Alone! I was
Mag-food
dying
trip tayo.
of fullness.
Feasibility studies din kami.
Ha? Sama kayo next time.
Sige. Pagka you're moving out of Makati na,
Oo,
we're trying
pwede.
out other...
Sa Pampanga. I'm going
Ayan,
to Pampanga
sige.
soon.
Yun.
Yeah.
Yeah, please go ahead. You said.
Yeah,
Okay.
so ayun yung mga place, I go to different restaurants, I try their food, and yung mga nagugustuhan ko, I write it down. I go back to it multiple times because part of being an executive chef, I learned that with any business, you have to have consistency. So that's part of our food quality control. I make sure na consistent nila nalalabas yung pagkain kasi sometimes hindi mainit, makunat, iba yung lasa.
Yeah.
So before I actually put them into that tour, meron siyang process na ganun na pinagdadaanan.
Yeah, but interesting to see how mobility, culture, and food
Yeah,
all in one nandito.
All there, multi-hyphenate, parang siya.
Yes, but we'll need to take a short break, and when we return, we'll discover how food and motorcycles come together to create a unique way of experiencing travel, culture, and community through one of the first motorcycle food tour concepts in the country. Stay with us as we speak with Ria Garcia about the story behind Salo Ride and Dine, how it started and how it transforms every ride into a shared food and cultural experience across the Philippines. We'll be right back. You're tuned in into the Culinary News Channel and Mellow 947 BFM.
Looking for the perfect escape? Discover Club Nalu, a serene beachfront retreat where stillness meets style. Nestled along the quiet shores of Bacnotan in La Union, Club Nalu is designed for slow mornings, ocean breezes, and moments that help you unwind. From cozy rooms and sun-drenched villas to relaxing spaces inspired by nature. Every corner invites you to pause, breathe, and recharge. Club Nalu, come as you are and leave feeling a little lighter. Book now at clubnalu.ph.
And we're back. This is Shift Happens on Billionaire News Channel and Mellow 947 BFM. Still with us is Ria Garcia, CEO of Salo Ride and Dine. Ang dami niyang, she's wearing so many hats. So, yun na lang muna.
Oh,
But
yeah.
of course,
So we can ask her more questions.
yes. So, Ria, you are encountering a lot of foreigners in Salo Ride and Dine. So, what is like the best memories that you have? Because you share also the Philippines' culture, food, and everything that is Pinoy.
Yeah. I think yung pinaka nagugustuhan ko is when they remember something, they remember a food that is from their home. And I think that's a very big thing because Filipino food is comfort. It's nostalgic. And the fact that they're able to relate to it in such a way na kung saan sila nanggaling, for me, that makes me happy kasi nagawa namin yung what we intended to
They were
do.
able to connect. Yeah,
People. Kasi, yeah. And when they enjoy the food, tinatanong nila kung ano yung kare-kare, ano yung laman ng kare-kare because
And then compare it with what they have in their
what they
countries.
have, yes. And they trust us to the point na hihingi sila ng recommendations. Kasi they would mention that they're flying to Cebu or they're flying to Boracay. Kasi usually gano'n naman eh. People would go to Manila for a short period of time and they would fly to these places or they came from these places tapos uwi na sila.
So it really makes sense that she's an executive chef. I mean,
Yes.
she knows what she's doing.
She mentioned na Cebu and Boracay. So right now, you're offering it in Makati. But what are yung future plans mo? Like, where other cities, places do you plan? Are you planning also to move to provinces to, support also tourism in these places?
Yeah, actually, my vision for Salo actually is to be everywhere in the Philippines, to be the leading food and mobility experience. And my ultimate goal right now is to build one in Pampanga and Cebu. Kasi yung cultural value ng places na yun in terms of food is very big. And I want people to try other Filipino food more than what they have currently tried. Because for me, our culture is very rich, and I believe that Filipino food should be up there in the global stage and should be recognized more, and that's ultimately what the platform that we're trying to create for Salo.
Very unlimited actually yung opportunities because there are so many regional cuisines na masasarap that I think, to your point earlier, that would resonate in foreign diners as well.
Yes.
Comfort, memories of home. I think we're very we are kumbaga, our influences come from all over the world as well.
Yes.
Yes.
Pero di ba, Ria, there are a lot of motorcycle clubs, motorcycle groups. Was there a point or was there a time that actually nag-collab kayo to not just do the rides, di ba may mga morning rides and all of that, pero collab with you to experience also and food also?
Or are you open to that?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've actually done na with
wow.
Club Maceda. They did it nung early stages ko. But of course, we're very much open for other motorcycle clubs to try Salo and, discover other places with me. I think that's the beauty of riding a motorcycle. It really pushes you to discover and explore.
And I was telling Ria earlier, I think the most compelling part of this, aside from the food, of course, is the storytelling. When you tell someone stories, then you really engage and do a deep dive into not just the food itself, but the culture underneath, diba? Parang, yun ang gusto kong ma-experience din.
Yeah. But Ria, with ang dami mo kasing ginagawa, you're a chef, you're doing Salo. I want
Parang
to...
pinapagalitan mo siya.
No naman,
Hindi
no naman. I love that
Hindi,
you're
madami
enjoying
talaga
it.
akong
Yeah,
ginagawa.
I love that you're enjoying it. But I'd like to top in also to the fact that you're about to race a motorcycle.
Yeah.
So you're doing all of these things. How do you balance everything?
I don't separate them. So, for example, si Salo, I created it with everything that I love. Of course, you have to be good in time management as well. With a lot of responsibilities, you have to find a way to make sure that it balances out at the end of the day. But I'm really excited to learn how to race. I don't know how, kung paano
Paturo
yun.
ka kay Sir Cap.
Hindi ako marunong motor eh.
Yeah, so thank you, Neri Motorsports, for having me in your team. I really appreciate the trust that they have given me.
Okay, now that you've mentioned that you're about to race pa lang kasi, but how do you prepare for it? Considering that you're a first-timer and it's something that's new. Well, riding is not new, but racing, that's another, like, there's
different
new
level.
sets,
Yeah.
skill sets needed
Yeah.
for that eh.
Yeah, so right now, what I've been doing actually is training. Nagko-cross training ako. I do gymkhana, which is the art of slow maneuvering, with Ride Academy. And then I've been doing cross training off-road. Umakit ako ng bundok with my motorcycle. I've been going to the gym a lot.
Ang busy ni Ria.
Yeah.
Hindi ko kinakaya. Ayun, pinakita yung mga maneuvers.
Oo nga eh. Would you want to try?
No, I'm good.
It's
The
fun.
eating part,
eating
Ria, I
part,
will gladly
yeah.
join.
It's
Tsaka
so
hindi
fun.
papayag si Miss Joyce. Shout out, Miss Joyce.
Mag-insurance ka na lang.
But what would you, kasi ang dami mo ngang ginagawa, but what would you, you're just 20 plus. You're not yet, she's not yet
Parang
in...
tayo,
Yeah,
20
parang
plus,
tayo lang, sir.
20 plus.
Not in 30s.
Same age tayo.
Yes. So, what's your advice to people like you also na ang daming ginagawa and you're able to do them all at once?
And notably, she jumped from a very stable 9-to-5 job, I can call it like
Yes.
that, no, into this. Parang her own stuff. And nagsanga-sanga pa. What's your advice to people who Follow their heart, di ba? Parang ganun eh.
Yeah.
I follow their heart.
Oh.
Okay.
Yeah, I think with my recent travel, it really pushed me to really do things more intentionally. So right now, this year, that's what I am doing. Really, creating the year na yung gusto ko lang yung ginagawa ko. And my advice for people sa age ko and even older is just to take risk. I think wala naman mawawala if you are, you do things with intent and you're a good person. I don't think may mawawala to try and to go for it. Kasi for me, we only have one life and I don't want to waste it
Very
doing
inspiring.
something.
YOLO.
Yeah, YOLO.
YOLO.
Yeah.
And on that note, she is Ria Garcia, CEO of Salo Ride and Dine. She is a motorcycle enthusiast, a motorcycle racer in the future coming up.
Idol to.
Idol, ang
Sana
daming
magaling
ginagawa.
ako, hindi ko pa alam.
Abangan namin yan.
Sige.
Thank you so much for coming to the
Thank you
show.
so much for having me.
All right, and now that concludes our roundup of the stories driving the industry forward. I'm Cap Maceda Aguila.
And I'm G. Barroga. Join us again tomorrow on Shift Happens, your fast track guide to everything on the move. Keep it here on the Billionaire News Channel and Mellow 947 BFM.